You're now listening to the Something Good Podcast Network. Please press any key to continue.
Yep.
Don't touch it! Channel 13, where the newest comes first. His girlfriend spends the night.
You're gonna be seeing each other in nothing but your pajamas. I never thought about it like that.
But will he get lucky?
I'm busting a move tonight. I just brushed my teeth. So did I.
On the next King of the Hill.
Calf with his mouth jazz.
That was. I was about to say it was mouth sex music, but that sounds disgusting.
All right, and on that note, welcome to this week's episode of the Couch Potatoes.
Sorry.
I'm Alex.
Hey, it's Cap.
Morrison.
This is what the show's become, y'all.
Oh yeah, we're just having fun.
Fuck yeah.
All together now. All right, we're going to be looking at King of the Hill Season 4 this week. Hadn't done King of the Hill in a minute, so it's going to be nice kind of revisiting.
I just wrapped it up maybe a couple weeks ago.
Wrap that shit up.
Wrap it up.
Yes.
Like a Thai brothel. Wrap that shit up.
Kicking it off, episode 1 was Peggy Hill. Peggy Hill?
Peggy Hill.
The Decline and Fall, part 2.
Oh yeah, this is after the parachute
This is the-
malfunction, right?
Yep, and the
Yes.
birth of Good Hank.
GH. Good Hank.
That's right.
I'm naming him Good Hank. You can't name him Good Hank.
Yeah, you
It
can.
implies that I'm Bad Hank.
I love that shit, dude. He's like, I get a second try because you are awful. Like, it's just like, God damn, you old piece of shit.
But that was a cool one because, let's see, was it that one or was it episode 2 when
This is the episode where she's able to come home.
Right,
And
and
they-
she's all in
okay.
the body
And
cast and
everybody's
all
having
that.
trouble with the baby and all
I
this.
thought I couldn't remember if
Yeah.
that was that one or the next episode.
Yeah. No, this is the one where she's having trouble. Everybody's having trouble with the baby, but
Yes.
and they're having trouble with fucking Peggy too because she's crippled.
Yeah.
Right.
Like she is in a full
She's
body
done.
cast,
She-
neck to toe.
She's fucking done.
And since what's Cotton's wife's name?
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee. That's right.
Diddy.
When,
Dee Dee's having like a little bout of postpartum depression. So
right,
Yeah.
and
Probably a
fucking.
good thing she's not around that baby.
But Peggy's just like in a podcast going like, "I'll take care of the baby."
Yeah, because in recap, Peggy was all excited about Good Hank GH being born in the last episode.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was part of the reason she jumped from the plane, which caused her to break all her bones in her body.
Yeah.
And while Bobby
Yes.
is driving a almost giving birth
Dee Dee in the
to the hospital.
Does Peggy say out loud in this episode that she jumped because of her pettiness
No,
about
she actually doesn't have a memory of it. That's when you find it out. Like,
Oh, okay.
She fell out of the plane, got hurt, and then somewhere in the middle of the episode or at the end of the episode, she says, "Oh, I remember why I jumped. You, Hank. You called me and said
That's
it was
right.
such amazing. This is your fault, Hank." And I'm just like, you fucking
Right?
bitch.
You still had ultimate power in the end.
Yeah,
you
you-
still could
you-
have not done it.
Yeah, this is
like
still down to
Cap
you.
trying to get ice the other week. He just did not do it. He was properly
Goddamn.
delivered. And, seriously, Mikey got on one knee, man, and did this huge ass proclamation for him. And Cap's like,
I was
"No,
like,
man,
nuh-uh.
no."
that shit is gross.
No.
And it was a giant bottle too. It was like a fifth. Hell no.
It's like this episode is a pretty good opener. It's a good,
Yeah.
it's
And answers all your questions from the
It's a
last
good
one.
two-parter. It's not
Yeah.
the best one, but it's probably dead last for me when it comes to two-parters.
I think that this is one of the. I mean, they've always kind of kept a storyline and kept continuity throughout, but I think this is the first time one of these one of the seasons that haven't been extremely serialized.
Yeah.
This one really does follow a storyline.
Now they
all the way
have
through.
3 seasons of continuity to work off of, and
Yeah.
they're able to measure it just a little bit differently. Now we get fleshed out backstories and stuff like that.
Right.
But I don't get me wrong, I love this season.
Yeah.
But do you think maybe that takes away from a show a little bit? Maybe one where it's like earlier episodes of King of the Hill, you really didn't have to watch that many beforehand to get caught up.
No, you could watch this. You could watch the last season and be totally caught up.
Yeah.
Because everything is still fleshed out again.
Well, I'm saying, like, so this show's syndicated. You pop on Fox at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, this one's going to be on.
Yeah.
What about someone that hasn't seen any of the episodes before and now they're watching this one? Or maybe the next episode, which is Cotton's plot, which is Cotton helping Peggy through her physical therapy.
This is,
Right.
This is a good continuity for the show.
Yeah.
Because Luann's still growing her hair.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things happening that are just continuous.
I know, right?
It's kind of funny because she's having a terrible time with physical rehabilitation.
Yeah.
And if anybody's ever, I don't know if y'all ever had to do that shit. It is daunting as fuck, especially if you've I've laid in a fucking hospital bed for 2-3 weeks at a time, and that sucks because your legs hurt, and oh my god, and then she's got the best motivator, someone you hate.
Oh yeah.
If you got someone you hate, motivating you.
Yeah.
I think that's the best motivation.
That's
why coaches yell at people
fucking Cotton Hill.
and shit,
Right.
and spit on you. But
I'm just doing this out of spite, you old bastard.
And she's also helping Cotton because you remember what he needs?
His driver's license. right?
No, his burial plot. That's why it's
Yeah,
called
his
Cotton.
burial plot.
So there's the Arlen Veterans Cemetery, and he's trying to get one of the spaces, and every year they have a interview process and and all this, and he's telling her all these fucked up stories about how he killed 50 men and how he basically
50 man.
he tells a story that he told in front of Hank and the guys when you first kind of really meet him. And it's just like, I was 14 years old, just a little older than Bobby. And he's talking about how he fought in France, or how he fought in North Africa and fought the Nazis back in France, and then went to the Pacific Theater, which doesn't make any goddamn sense because they were, at one point all 3 of those were happening at the same goddamn time.
Doesn't Hank point that out?
Yeah. He's like, how was he in Munich, Germany?
Yeah.
This time, but fighting the Japanese a week later in the Pacific. Logistically, that's not possible in the 40s. The first of all, the Marines took the fucking Pacific. Okay, okay. The Navy and the Marines took that shit. Army and the Air Force took care of no Air Force then, but planes and boots on the ground of the Army took that shit. But she finally realized he's lying. He's like, and at the very end of the episode, they're like, "Fine, here's your goddamn plot." Yeah, and I love
the motivation he had for it was, "You help me get this plot, and I get you walking again." He goes, "You can dance on my grave."
Well, it goes a little bit further down. He's like, because remember, she can barely walk. He's got her moving her arms and stuff, but he says, he looks down at he's on top of the hill where his plot is going to be.
Yeah,
he's like, "If you can climb your ass up here, I'll let you dance on my grave."
Yep.
And oh my god, great motivation for old Peggy Hill, or Hillary as he likes to call her.
That's right.
Now the next,
and sure enough, she gets to.
Oh, she does. She gets to. Now this next episode, I can almost recite from the back of my damn hand. You know what I'm saying?
Which one is this?
Bills are made to be broken.
This is Bill's high school record. He has
you do too.
Yeah, and he holds the single season, he holds career touchdowns.
Yep.
And a kid that's trying to break it is named Ricky Skuggs. Ricky Skuggs.
But that's like the one thing Bill has to hang on to.
He still has he has a commemorative football with it on there. Career touchdowns for a high school player at Arlen.
Right.
Now he holds that record. Do you know what Hank's record was? Hank has a record at Arlen High.
It was something real specific, and I can't think of what it was.
He set the Arlen High's single season rushing record.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of weird considered Bill played defense and he played but you think about it, high school players play offense and defense.
Have you watched just run in the middle of high school football?
Yeah,
it's garbage.
But
kids can't play.
This is Texas football, son.
These kids suck.
This is Friday Night Lights, motherfuckers.
This is true. Apparently Arlen ain't in that Friday Night Lights.
And I love the so I'm trying to remember the radio station that calls in, but Boomhauer pulls out a cell phone in 1999. Pulls out a cell phone. Dang old Bill Dozer, man. Dang old Bill Dotrieve. Because it was on the radio. The Sports Jock and Chad. That's what they were.
Yes.
And they're like, all right, who holds the record? And everybody runs to their house, and Boomhauer's just standing there with a beer in his hands. He's like, click, done. But I love it when they call Bill. And you remember what Bill, like how he describes it? It's beautifully done.
Well, I remember when they call Bill, he dresses up.
Oh, he dresses in a suit.
Yeah.
That's right.
He dresses in a suit like he's going to an alumni meeting or something.
Yeah.
It was a year of our Lord, 1974. We were playing the Waxahachie Cowboys.
Bill, are you near your radio? Is feedbacking a little bit?
Say no! Say no!
I forgot about that. Bill would totally be that dude.
He's doing this whole spiel. He's like, we were playing the Waxahachie Cowboys. We needed a touchdown. We were down by 3 yards, and we needed a touchdown to win. And the coach called the Bulldozer. And like, he even lifts his head up like, yep, the Bulldozer. And his song, you remember his song?
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
It was.
And all these 70s hippie kids are doing the iron, or like the push. Ooh, yep. The Bulldozer. I'm just like, that's such a cool name.
I know.
Because it works with man.
It's such a football name.
He comes
too.
out there with long, beautiful hair and all that shit. He's built like a brick shit house before he joins the Army. When they cancel Vietnam.
Now, not to jump ahead, that's a little bit of a sadder episode, too.
Because
he honestly thought that was,
it's fucked up because the guy ties it.
Yeah.
Ricky Skills ties it. And Bill is actually very happy, it seems like. He's like, you the man, Ricky.
Yeah.
You the man.
Because he wanted him to get it fair and square.
And then Ricky goes for the next touchdown and gets tackled hard and pulls an ACL.
Yeah.
And he's done. ACL tear, that drops NFL players. So in high school player, he's fucking hurting, screaming. Basically broke his leg to Joe Thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might as well have a leg.
Unless you're Adrian Peterson, you're gone.
Yeah, that ain't happening. And nah, man, they pull some bullshit in the next game against McManerberry, and they move. The defense splits.
Yep.
Like he basically ties it like fucking Moses.
Yeah, because he gets
they
a
let
walkout.
They let him a walk-in touchdown, and then McManerberry makes it up on the next play. They let McManerberry get another touchdown just to like even it out, which is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And like
I
Bill's
forgot
just
about
sitting
all
there,
that.
like, what the fuck? Because Hank was like really amped about seeing Ricky Skuggs out there with a
Yeah.
broken leg.
That's
He's like,
right.
oh my god, that's heart right there. And then he's like,
So look at those young athletes.
he's like,
Yeah.
what? No. Like, he's like, this is bullshit, goddammit. It's like, we would have snapped that little twig boy years ago. But I love what Hank says to Peggy. He says, watching this kid go out for Bill's record kind of I want to see a kid go after my record. And he gets this cocky laugh like, no one's going to beat my fucking record.
I know.
And I'm like, dude, you played ball in the 70s. A black kid's going to come by with no shoes and beat your ass. Can outrun your fucking ass. But no.
But yeah, I do like that episode though, because it did show that Bill was willing to let go of the trophy at first to someone that genuinely deserved it.
Yeah, and then he has to give it up.
And then when he had to give it up under that circumstance, that's what ate him up.
It was real shitty.
There's a whole lot of Bill backstory in this season.
His dad used to put him in a rabbit hutch.
Yeah.
He was
God,
spanked.
I did forget about that.
He was spanked from the age of 2 to 15 every day, like clockwork. So
Yeah.
Bill,
daddy used to put me in pretty dresses.
son of a bitch. Like you say that, he do like,
But they're also Louisiana inbred, as we'll find out.
Yeah. But no, Hank trains him back up, and he pulls almost every fucking muscle in his body, but he makes that touchdown. Oh,
Iron
Here you go, Chris.
my favorite.
We have been
Debuted-
5 episodes in.
Debuted on Halloween 1999. Little Shars of Shop. This is when I respected Hank the most. This is the most Andy Griffith style fucking episode because he says something that me and Ken had said about a boss of ours. He's like, because, all right, so it opens up. Hank has to take vacation because OSHA calls and says people who don't take vacation have accidents.
Yeah.
And that happens. And Hank did just blow up the Megalomart.
Yeah.
Not long ago. And so
Damn it,
he's
Hank.
like, people who are stressed out,
They still do the callbacks to all the
make mistakes, and when people make
older
mistakes in the
seasons.
propane game, Hank, people die.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Buck. Yeah, that's when they die, not when you sell the business like 40 times over. You fucking prick. Nah. He's like, can I take my vacation at my desk? No. And Hank is going stir crazy. Stir crazy. And the whole reason he goes to the fucking school to begin with, is Bobby is in a study hall because the shop teacher ran off with a math teacher.
right.
And they eloped. And I just love that it's even they tell that little bit that you barely know. So he goes to his buddy Moss, who played football with them, and he kind of makes a backhanded compliment to Hank. He's like, he said, what was it?
Come on, man, it's your favorite episode.
I'll teach shop, and I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you keep the bitterness of the he said, she said thing out of my classroom. He's
Yeah.
like, we have a good marriage. And he's just like, oh, you fucking prick. Oh, man. Peggy tries to give him advice, which is stupid as hell.
Because Hank's like a fucking wizard in fucking
Shop.
Oh, yeah.
shop.
He's a crap. He built 2 coffins from scratch. And
Yes,
like
that
even
was
the guys
coming
trying to
up.
make fun of him. He looks at him like, oh, are you sewing, Hank? And he's like, I am doing one of the 7 original arts, upholstering. And they're like, what are you going to put down, velvet? Because they do this shit too, These guys grew up in like high school, like when our dads almost went to high school. Like, these guys were taught shop as a mandatory. I loved shop as a kid.
Because we didn't get shop.
No.
When I was going to
I
school.
didn't
Nope.
either.
Really? I went to shop in middle school. I went to shop 3 years in middle school. I went to shop. I took a lot of vocational classes.
Right.
I went to shop 1 and 2 in high school, which first one you make your own projects, and then you make deer stands. I learned how to weld. I learned how to measure, use every tool under the sun. Man, I fucking love shop, dude. I even took agri-science again. Like an agricultural science class, so I can build something else. I was there with a bunch of freshmen.
Nice.
I was just like,
Well, it's still cool, though.
But half the time you're in the shop room, like just working. I'm just like, that's the shit.
Give me something to do with all these
if
toys.
I had the time, I would have stayed and done like small engine repair. But dude, I think it's one of those classes that have to exist, right up there with math and reading and science and history. I can get on a long step about what kids need, but Jesus Christ, you got to get rid of
No,
shop.
I won't disagree with you either, and that's kind of what Hank's deal was in this whole thing.
And
And that's why he's willing to do it for free. He's like, these kids just need it.
remember how he got everybody's attention to begin with? He pulls out a fucking flip pair of pliers to help the stool that Clark Peters is sitting on. He's like, hi, do that again. What, this?
That was good.
And he's telling them all about, the shop. He's like, what were y'all building before I got here? Birdhouses? Fucking Joseph. And he's like, all right, let's see them. And it's just like a mangled piece of wood that you see in a car accident. Like,
What? No.
and he's like, well, birds have their own houses. They're called nests. How about we build something better, like a dartboard or a frisbee set?
Yeah. They're like,
It's just
whoa, what?
What the fuck?
We can do that?
He's like, with shop, you can do anything, kids. And he gets them so ramped up.
Yeah.
He's like, we could build whatever we want. We can actually help learn some skills to fix the school, which is something every fucking school could take a peer out of.
Yeah.
Teach these kids to maintain something they're using.
Yeah,
A little bit of
exactly.
pride goes a long way for a kid.
Yeah, seriously. Use shop.
And he has them. He's like, how about we weld the letters back on the fucking school? He's like, yeah. And Bobby's like, yeah, we won't be going to Landy Middle School no more. Because Tom Landy Middle School.
Yeah, right.
And he's just beasting it, man. He just kicking ass, and a zero tolerance policy fucking ruins it all. And because Bobby was carrying, he's like, Hank, we found your boy with this bill of weapons, this hammer, this little saw thing, a keyhole saw. You used to know that. Like just talking shit to this man. Later on, that man's a sad sack.
Oh, yeah.
Because his wife leaves him and he's unemployed. And then he becomes like a meter maid at the end. But fuck him. He gets fired. He gets let go.
Yeah.
Because zero tolerance. And he's like, using a 2x4 as a weapon makes as much sense as using a shotgun to build a treehouse. That's how my dad built my house and cleaned it too. It's like, God damn, Cotton. But no, man, he gets let go, and Peggy backhands him a little bit. and she's talking about, substitute teacher of the year's coming.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, and she says, "I will not run as Mrs. Peggy Hill. I'll run with solidarity with Mr. Hill. I'll run as Mrs. Hank Hill." She basically confuses the vote because he's on the vote. Like his first year in, he would have beat her like on the landslide at teaching.
Right.
And he's like,
Oh, yeah.
oh my god.
She
And-
totally pulled a fucking fucking House of Cards and just won by fucking
she sandbagged
technicality.
him.
Yeah.
She sandbagged the shit out of him, and she takes it obviously because everybody thinks they're voting for Mr. Hill.
Yeah.
Right.
And one of the best parts about that episode is the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the parts at the end, right before the speech, is all the kids, all of Bobby's friends, all of them, all come to his house to finish their projects.
Yep.
And he's like, "Well, guys, you're going to take turns using the nail gun and this and that." She's like, "You have enough sanders?" He's like, "I have enough sanders for everyone." And I'm just like, "Of course you fucking do. You probably got like 30 DeWalt sanders just laying around." He's like, "You could do what?" Like he says something that's really that you don't hear in school.
Yeah.
I've noticed like after I left was, you can do anything you want to in shop class if you try.
Right.
And if you have the knack for it, you can do metal. And I'm just like, oh my God. That's one of the best Hank quotes right up there was, "Why would anyone want to do drugs when they can mow a lawn?"
That's his, because that's his drug. That's his ultimate.
But he tells
fucking,
tells the
euphoria.
principal, he's like, "A kid with two hands, with two tools in each, with a tool in each hand, has no hands for drugs." And he's just like, and Moss is like drunk and beat her down. He's like, "They'll just put the fucking tools down if they want to do drugs." But
And it's talking about a good season. I love that episode. And talk about going from an episode where Hank is showing his skill and his strengths directly to an episode
his weakness.
to challenging him at every fucking turn.
Aisle 8A.
Which one is
Aisle
this?
8A.
This is when he has to take care of Connie and her period.
Oh yeah.
And I love Bobby's like theory why
This
this
is one
happens.
of my favorites from the season.
Bobby, his theory is my hormones being close to her hormones.
Yep.
He's like, and that's probably what kicks it off. That actually is a proven thing. Like if a woman is not, if like a young lady is not around men and then she's suddenly around men at that age,
Yeah.
around that age group, yeah, that could kick off really quickly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and same thing with like girls can actually get in sync with each other because of the hormones and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's why a house can just fucking explode all of a sudden.
Good thing,
a week,
good thing,
a month.
good thing. Brad only had the one daughter, huh? Jesus Christ! My mom's best friend had 2 daughters. Fuck.
I was picturing.
That house turned into a war zone.
I'm picturing
bad.
Keenan and Cooper as daughters now.
Oh, well, he had his hair cut, so no.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Okay. Donate it to the cripples. But no, man, I love Aisle 8 days. It's just remember where Con went to Hawaii?
Yes.
Right.
For
Oh yeah, because he was
for
going to like a big
systems
conference.
analysis conference in Hawaii, and dude, he makes this weird like
he says
he makes a
analysis
weird
conference.
He makes this weird comment trying to make a speech, and he's compared himself to John F. Kennedy.
Yep.
And I'm just like, you piece of shit. Like,
No, he's going up there thinking like I'm the fucking man.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit like
he
that.
is on cloud fucking
Yeah,
nine. Because and in reality, a lot of shit is going well for him on that trip.
oh yeah, it's great. Hell, what's his name? Min takes a frisbee, and she's like, put down pen and pencil, put down paper. We throw frisbee, and wherever it land, we make sweet, passionate love. Yeah. And it's just like, you nasty motherfuckers, you're gonna fuck on a public Hawaii beach. That's when you realize they fuck a lot.
Oh yeah. So does everybody in Ireland.
everybody.
A whole bunch of horn dogs down there in Ireland.
Hank smashed Peggy's pelvis one more time before.
I mean, to have a narrow urethra.
In the words of Cotton Hill, at least you had the fun of trying, boy. Damn. But no, it's so funny because he has to say, like, Connie is just done. Mm-hmm. She's having a good time the first night.
Yep.
And then she has her period the next night.
Yep.
And oh my God.
End of
And
the world.
Hank is trying to get a hold of Peggy, and they
And
won't get him.
Peggy's still in the cast, right?
No, Peggy's teaching. She's back to teaching.
Oh,
by
that's
now.
right. Yeah.
Because remember, she went back to teaching in Little Horrors shop because she put it
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
So she's back at teaching. He's trying to get a hold of her on the phone, and they're not allowed to disturb a teacher while in the classroom.
Okay.
Which is a stupid fucking rule. Anyway, he wraps her in a blanket, puts her in the truck, and takes her to the emergency room because he doesn't know what to do.
Yep.
Granted, he probably doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And he tried to call his mom, and he hung up on her.
I know.
And he mentions that. He's like, I even hung up on my own mother. But no, he takes her to the ER, and the lady's like, look, she's like, I explained it to Connie. I gave her some of these things, some tampons, blah, 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 or pads or whatever. She's like, here's a list of stuff you need to buy.
And then he goes like,
he's like, can't you just give her these things? She's like, no, you have to go buy them.
do I have to go to the store and find these things?
And he's like, can't you just, like, if I came in here with a cut, you send me out with a couple of Band-Aids, right? And the woman just says, do not try Band-Aids. And it's so fucking hilarious. And
she's like, not you too, motherfucker. Like, that's happened to her before.
now they go down aisle 8A, and like Connie's having a fucking panic attack. She's like, can I get $2 stupid? You know, she's just saying, he's like, Connie, I got it.
Yeah.
We'll take this one, and this one. You know, just to see, like, shotgun approach.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then they're sitting on the couch. He's like, not a big deal. She's like, yep, it's not, Mr. Hill. Now, how do I put one of these things on? And he's like,
and then does like that hard zoom.
Yeah, Peggy's being taken, like, rushed out of the fucking school, taken to her car, like it's a goddamn family emergency. She's like, who died?
She's like, I'm here. I've got all the things. Where is she? What time is it? What happened?
What happened? Well, you know, that's special time, Peg, in a woman's life. That happens a lot.
Sort of like Hank Hill meets Bill Clinton.
Yeah. He's like, Peggy, I had to go down aisle 8A. She's like, 8A? I couldn't get you past aisle 5.
I like this one though because it starts slowly dawning on Bobby. He's like, she's turning into a woman.
Oh yeah,
I'm still a boy.
Yeah,
that's what kind of kicks at it because a few seasons ago you were even talking about them going and hunting, and Bobby even talking about we leave as boys, we come back as men.
I love Joseph though. He's like, I heard Connie's Aunt Flo is in town. He's like, yeah, and she's got her period. Like, I'm just like, God damn it. But no, they reconcile toward the end. You know.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty good.
It was, and it's like, and she basically goes, yeah, but I'm only gonna act like a bitch for like a week, and he goes, oh, well, can you let me know when that's gonna be? She goes, yeah. He goes, and all right, so I'll just leave you alone for that week. She goes, yeah, that sounds good. He goes, okay.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, you're super organized. Maybe you can knock it out in like 3 days. She's like, I don't think that's how it works. He's like, just because you're super fucking organized.
I know. But it's also sweet because he's still trying to give her props, though.
And then Con comes back. I'm trying to get my daughter out of this chicken fried nightmare.
Yeah, because they finally get a hold of it.
Sue you.
because Hank's been trying like a motherfucker to call both Con and Men.
And she doesn't.
And every time they either ignore the call or they miss it or something.
Yeah.
And finally Men answer and she's like, what, Hank Hill? Con up there about to give a very important speech. And all of a sudden it cuts to him trying to give that speech.
Yep.
Oh, it's hilarious. And she starts crying in front of Con. He's like, oh, why you better father, Hank Hill? I see the mug. I want mug too, Hank Hill. He's like, well, here's your book. Because remember, Connie's got a book.
Yeah.
And he's like, I added a section in there. Aisle 8A. What is aisle 8A? Well, you know, with all the unmentionables. He's like, oh. I just love that noise he makes. Oh.
I know. Another fantastic one. Another one of my favorites on this. A beer can named Desire.
Now, Luann, if you try to claim this prize, how old are you? 19. And this is a beer that you're trying to say you claimed. You'd be arrested. How about this? You let me have my beer can back, or you can have a beer can back and we can all go to New Orleans. Or you could try to take the prize and go to jail. And pay, like, she has to fucking think about it. Like,
I know. And she does. She thinks about it.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
And the whole crew goes down there. Boomhauer, Dale, Bill,
Yep.
Hank and the guys, Hank and everybody. They all go down
Well, because the startup is Alamo's running a contest.
yes.
So if you check in the bottom of the beer, because one of the best jokes of the Cap now gets it.
Yeah. I was just like, all right, where's the context? There's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
No,
This is a beer drinking episode right here.
Right.
I love the intro. It's one of the better jokes where they have to get to the bottom of the beer and look in it. And it
Sorry, drink another beer. And he's got those little
Don't
mini.
mind if I do.
And like, sorry, drink another beer.
Right, yeah, they could-
Hank, pour it on the grass. See what you've won. He's like, I have never poured out beer, even to put out a grass fire. And this is like, damn, Hank, you really like your Alamo, motherfucker. And you know, Alamo is probably just like Lone Star. Like, or
Hank's still in like 18-year-old beer rules.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
you put a beer and he puts it. He brings it inside, puts saran wrap on the top of the motherfucker in a bag.
And what
then
was saran wrap? Then a
Ziploc bag.
He put a rubber band around the zip, around the
ceramic.
saran wrap, yeah, and then in a Ziploc bag.
And then fucking Luann just downs that motherfucker like the trailer trash she is. I'm surprised she didn't stab it with a fucking key. Look, that's a spoon where Mama stabbed Daddy.
So, so in order to win the money, though, you have to throw a football
In
through.
an Alamo size in a large beer can.
Yes.
Or you can let Cowboys legend Dandy Don Meredith throw it in.
That's right.
For $1 million.
and now I do remember.
He builds a fucking beer can.
Well,
He builds a large
right.
beer can.
do you remember the real life mirror of those? I remember all the time
Yeah.
people having those contests of like
They
throw
still
the
do.
football through the
They
whole,
still do.
whole
Yeah, that would be
context.
like in between innings of baseball games, halftime of football games, and shit
Basketball
like
games
that.
and shit like that. Half court shots, full court shots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dude, there are people who've been fucked over on that kind of stuff, man. The funniest
Really?
one, the funniest one I ever seen was it was a college classroom, you know, with the tiered seating.
Yeah.
That kind of goes like this at an angle, and the professor's like, "Hey," he's talking to the jock guy up front. He's like, "If you can," he crumpled up a piece of paper, and like the professor, it's on video. The professor says, "If you can make it in that trash can, I'll give everybody an A on the test, and everybody can take off early for the day."
Yeah.
And dude, how much pressure that is.
Oh my God!
Right.
Right.
Dude, he makes it. And the whole goddamn classroom's like,
Everybody's like, "Fuck
You
yeah!"
fucking
you just curved the
erupts.
GPA of probably like 30 fucking students with that A.
Yeah.
And it's just like, money. and he just sat down like, I do this all the day.
Yeah.
This every day. This
So,
is my job.
But you said they got screwed over. Did that just not go through?
No. That went through, but like people like guys who made like half court shots or full court shots, you know, randos.
Yeah.
Get fucked. The University of like Oklahoma, I think, fucked over a kid who made a over 50-yard field goal. Dude, in a pair of jeans and a pair of fucking tennis shoes, like. That upright between the uprights, man. He should be the kicker for Buffalo. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Joe Schmo is just fucking
Joe Schmo
like
kicked it fucking 70
Adam
yards.
Vinatieri or some
Yeah.
shit.
And they're like, holy shit, we don't have where you said we had. Like, you pieces of shit. And like people were like generally upset. It was like a car or something like admission or something like it, or you could transfer it onto your child or something like that. It was weird. It was something like too big for them to offer to begin with.
Damn.
And they fucked him. He sued him.
Well, I mean, similar thing kind of happened with Hank. He after all that practice, he winds up giving off the ball because he was practicing and nailing it, like to the point where he was just like lazily tossing the ball, and it was thump, thump, dead center.
I love what he tells
every
Peggy.
time.
He's like, I made 12 out of 13, but I used that 13th ball to nail a blue jay at 15 yards that was about to shit on your car.
Yeah.
He hit a blue jay with a
That's
fucking
right.
football.
So it's like, man, he got accurate as hell, but the pressure got to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saw the lights. He heard the.
And that's the A story. The B story is the one that takes this over. Remember the B story?
No, offhand,
This
no.
episode is loaded with almost as many as the fanfare episode of special guests. Mm-hmm. Meryl Streep's in it. Danny Don Meredith does his own voice. And the Dixie Chicks are in this episode as three sisters. Violetta.
Oh, that was
This is where Bill tries not to fuck his cousin.
Oh, I forgot this was the same episode.
This was the B part.
Yes,
that's
this
what
is
I.
the B story. Yeah, remember
You're
he talks to
right,
he talks to Bill's cousin. He's like, Give the ball to Danny Don Meredith, Hank.
I remember that now. Okay, this one is my favorite of the season.
Man, there's so much
Because
going.
remember, I reserved that. I hadn't said it was the favorite. Yeah, I said one of my favorites.
William Fontaine,
This one
Delator,
is
Dautrieve.
number one of the
Then
season.
you find out Bill's heritage of, like I mentioned earlier, fucking inbred Louisiana
Yes.
rich folks.
And like Meryl Streep does a great job. She's the grandmother to Bill,
Okay.
and she's the last matriarch. But there's 3 women wandering around the house because all their husbands had died. It's the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah.
And what's funny,
Hey, they're the chicks now.
in 1999, they were the fucking Dixie Chicks. After 2001, no one gave a shit about them. Okay, that's what you get for talking about shit about George Bush. But no, man, it's such a good episode because Peggy
declare
Peggy-
I'm getting the vapors.
He's like,
Yep.
whoa. He's like, he doesn't like that motherfucker. And I love, he's trying, he basically fucks all of them except his cousin.
Yeah.
Because even his cousin's trying to fuck him, which is weird.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was like the
I
other way
thought
around.
2 of them were.
2 of them are not his cousin. 1 is.
Oh.
And Peggy gives them some advice when they go leave for the Cowboys
Yeah.
game. She's like, Bill, 2 of those women are married in. 1 of those women is your cousin, and that one's your ticket to hell. And she's like, you're best not to try. And he's like, goodbye, Peggy. And he fucks both of them.
Yep.
He's like, what is the last name of your husband's resting crypt? And because if it's not Dautrieve, he's fucking her. Like,
Yeah.
And he fucks her.
Yeah, they're like,
And
they're like fucking in the graveyard, right?
yeah, they fuck in the graveyard. And then he's visited in the middle of the night by the other 2.
Yeah.
And one of them's his cousin. And
And the cousin's just in on it, too.
be
just
gone,
like-
Becky. Be gone.
Big on
And,
Becky.
and they start
It's just
fighting.
Exactly.
Yeah, they start fighting. And that's when Guillaume, his cousin, is sitting in that fucking corner in that lounging
Like
chair.
the whole time.
He's like, Guillaume, how long have you been there? 35 years. It's just like so creepy Louisiana, deep South shit.
Yeah.
That Mr. and Mrs. kind of fucking attitude.
Like old
Like
Southern.
the old slave owning South.
My favorite.
Candyland, motherfucker.
I already threw it out, but one of the
Dixie
best.
Chicks and Django would have been awesome.
One of the best cutaways was shortly.
Bye, Natalie.
I think it was around that same point in the episode. It was when Hank was laying in bed with Peggy and he was contemplating handing the ball, or he was talking about losing or something to
Yeah.
that effect, and he wanted to go back and like make amends or something because
Oh, he chop blocked fucking Danny Don Meredith after
Yeah.
he missed. He's like, you took a quarterback down at the knees, Hoss. That ain't no cool. Why didn't you take off your jacket? And he gives a purpose. He's like, I live in Montana. It's fucking cold up there, Hank.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to take off my jacket and throw off my throwing motion. He's like, I understand. He's like, I feel you, Hoss.
Yeah.
I wanted to make that shot for you. I really did.
yeah.
He's like, but I wanted to win the Super Bowl too, and that never happened. So.
But yeah, so around that same period when that last exchange with Bill and all the girls and everything, he's sitting in bed talking with Peggy, and that's when Bobby walks in, fully decked
Velvet.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, I do declare.
William.
Oh, yeah.
He calls him William. Yeah, man. Oh,
Bobby's all
what was
Southern
the line
proper.
he gave them? That Bobby gave to Hank.
Oh, I do declare, I think I'm getting the
Okay, that's
vapors.
what it was. That's what I thought it was. I wasn't sure that.
When he goes
And
outside, he's wearing that velvet.
I was gonna say it just zooms in on Hank squinting at him, then it cuts to outside with the robes just being thrown out the fucking window.
That weird. It's a woman. It's a woman's scream because it's Pamela Alden that does it.
Yeah.
But it's sucking a little.
Right.
Oh man, it's hilarious. But it's
He's
such
all
a good episode.
Southern
Oh,
proper.
I love it.
I didn't realize you forgot that was the.
Yeah, really.
I did. I
Remember
did
they
forget
had
that.
to go to Louisiana to do it.
That episode's like, yeah, because you mentioned Louisiana at the beginning. I'm like, is this the same one?
Next up is Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, this is the airport.
Yes, where they blow up
Right.
the damn turkey.
Yeah, because he smoked it. He smoked a turkey and he kept a little bottle of propane on him and he had to check it because it's a bomb, Hank.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn bomb.
It's propane though.
Yeah. No, this is actually one of my least favorites just because.
Yeah, it's kind of forgettable.
it is.
Is this when they all have Thanksgiving
in
inside
the-
the airport?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they all have like Thin Mints, some chewing gum,
Some fucking like snack. Somebody has a snack.
yeah,
Something
some,
like
some
that.
peanuts and half a pizza and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's a come and go episode. You realize that Peggy and her mom don't get along
Yeah.
very quickly, and that's it.
Yeah, that's really good.
Not
That
much
really
going
is.
on in this episode. It's a good Christmas episode.
They get
'cause, you
stuck
know,
at the airport
or
because
Thanksgiving
of,
episode. Yeah.
They get stuck in the airport because of
Storms.
Peggy's mom. Oh, storms. That's
You know,
right.
storms.
Yeah.
They're going to Montana.
Right.
And winter storm came, and then they found a bomb on the plane, which was Hank's turkey, and they blew it the fuck up.
But yeah, that's essentially the episode.
Yeah, like
But the next one's actually pretty good. Not
Well, no,
my
no, no.
backup.
There was one line in this episode.
Okay.
When Dale's talking to John Redcorn, he's like, "You going home to celebrate? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving, John Redcorn?" He's like, "We did once," and I'm just like, "Yes."
But not my backhoe. That's a good one.
That's the one with Drew.
Yep.
Fuck, what's his name?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey. Drew Carey's in this episode. He plays Hal.
Yep.
The doppelganger of Hank Hill.
Yes.
They drive the same truck. They're both in the same same business.
Yeah, because they tried opening each other's trucks there for a minute when they ran into each other at the Megalo Mart.
And you hear like they're all both arguing about the same thing to the
Yeah.
Megalo guys.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "All pipes are straight." How are all pipes straight? Huh? How do you explain that pipe right there?
I need an L pipe. Pipes are straight, sir.
Yeah. Well, that is an L pipe. A lowercase L maybe, but I need a uppercase L pipe.
Yeah. This one's. I don't remember this one as much as the rest of them.
I like this one a good bit because
This is where Bill and Dale believe they're being left behind because Hank found a new friend.
one of my
Oh,
favorite
yeah, I remember
favorite
that.
jokes in that one is when the two of them are surveilling, and Dale he has his recorder and he goes 10:15. Hank picks up Hal. And
What?
No. Before
What?
he clicks it off, it says Hank picks up Hal. He goes, "What?" Click. He rewinds it, plays it back for him. Right
Yeah.
next to it says like 10:15. Hank picks up Hal.
What? I said 10:15.
Hank picks up Hal.
There is one line in it, a little bit funnier, I think, because he meets Hal,
Yep.
hangs out with him for a little bit. He comes home, and Peggy's like, "Oh, how was everything? Oh, you know how it is. Just meeting a guy in a parking lot and whatnot. Just meeting a guy in a parking lot for a little while. And come home." He's just like, "Oh my God, Hank, did you secretly have gay sex like a senator in a parking lot? You know how it is, just you and a guy in a parking lot.
You know, gone for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, nothing much.
And this is the one you were quoting the other week, which was
The septic tank.
Yeah, the septic tank.
He's like, "Damn it, Bill, we've destroyed your whole side lawn." He's like, "Well, it ain't my fault. Do you know where yours is, Big Shot?" He's like, "Yes, 8 feet in from the curb, 6 inches from the fence, and back lawn, north side." And this is like, God damn, he recited that like fucking revelry. Right? Jesus Christ.
And then Bill just walks over, plants another flag. He's like, "Here." It's like, "Bill, that's not how, dig here."
And he just destroys that lawn.
Yeah, and then they
him
get
Hal-
trapped in the
Hank
pet
and Hal
cemetery.
Put that motherfucker in so goddamn fast.
Yep.
And then they end up in a pet cemetery. And they destroy like half the town getting there.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God.
the cemetery.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually a callback too. Remember Hank's anniversary, where they go to a restaurant and he can't figure out whether or not to drink or not. Mm-hmm. And it's in that spinning restaurant.
Yeah.
This is a callback to that because that restaurant went defunct, and him and Hal go to a hardware store and a place that rotates. It used to be a restaurant.
Oh, yeah. I remember that now.
I didn't catch that.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, it's a symbol in the show. Like there's a restaurant that turns, but it used to be now it's a hardware store, and then again it changes to something else, and later on in the show.
I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah,
catch
when
that all the time.
When does that start becoming a regular thing?
I think it's season. It's not for a while.
Oh, okay.
But like season 8, I think it pops back up as
Gotcha.
something else. But it's hilarious. I'm like, hey, it's that turning restaurant they go to. Nope, it's a hardware store.
And next episode is a great Dale episode, To Kill a Ladybird.
This is where he steals Ladybird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is fucked up. He,
when they
you meet,
think,
you meet Dale's doppelganger too.
This is when they think Ladybirds, or this is when Bobby finds the raccoon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right. They find the raccoon. That's at the beginning of the episode, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking of a different one. But yeah, this is where
I know which one you're
This
talking
is when he
about.
finds Bandit.
Yes.
Yeah, because he
It's
can't play.
Bandit.
He can't play with Ladybird.
That was good.
Damn.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. But no, he finds Bandit because Ladybird can't play with Ladybird because she's so old. Mm-hmm. And Hank's like, "Oh, she don't want to play. She's old." Mm-hmm. Like I think in one episode you find out what does he say? He's like, her grandfather chased down James Earl Ray. the guy who shot Martin Luther King.
Oh.
God didn't invent this. Like he's like,
Right?
he's like she's bred from good stock. Her grandfather ran down James Earl Ray.
Yeah, but that's a big
Yeah.
crux of it is Bandit winds up attacking, or Bandit and Ladybird get into a tiff.
A scuffle.
Right before
she gets
Bandit,
scratched.
right after it kicks Dale's ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, now I'm going to go down here. Do not open this gate. No matter how much I scream, how much I beg you, how much I tell you, do not open this gate. And he's like, oh God, open the fucking gate, open the gate.
And he's like going for a good like 10 seconds long, and Hank's like, I'm opening. He's like, don't.
Please, God.
Yeah, and then he's just like, all right, screw this. I'm opening the grate, and he opens it up. Raccoon goes running out.
I told you to do one thing. And then that's when he gets all scratched up.
Yeah.
And there's a possibility of rabies. And Nancy's on the internet looking like you have to get like 7 shots per fucking scratch.
Yeah, and he was like, what are the symptoms? And she starts listing off all of them.
Paranoia.
He's like, hickey.
Paranoia.
The hives.
Hives, afraid of the light, and he's like, "Golly, the light and shit." Desensitizing the water, and he's just like drinking beer. And he's just like,
Yeah, I remember one of she was reading it off. The one line I really like is he was finding ways to react to everything she said, like easily headaches. He's like,
what was
runny nose, cough,
Paranoia.
and then she goes diarrhea. He goes, go on.
I can't shit myself, Nancy.
But then, like, in his head, he has rabies, and he becomes like a wild animal.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
something like that. And Bobby's like trying to confront him.
He catches Bobby and Hank slipping and ties them up to a tree. He's like, I'm going to take your blood and replace your blood with my blood, and I will have all the knowledge of propane.
Dale, that's not how that works.
Like, yes, it does.
Yeah, Dale's kind of terrifying in this
I remember he
episode.
breaks into his own house to steal a roast, and there's a shirtless John Redcord. He's like, "What the hell?"
and this is the at the end, Bobby kills.
Sharpshoots that motherfucker because
Yeah.
he's like, he's going to shoot later, but nah. Remember, this guy's fucking Lee Harvey Oswald with a gun. Bacow!
Right.
Back and to the left.
Bobby grows up to become the sniper.
Yeah.
God.
A sniper who knows everything about meat. And his wife,
They're gearing
the violinist.
Bobby up to be the most
Oh my God,
terrifying
that would actually
serial
be a cool
killer.
movie. A sniper who's married to a classical musician who's really funny and knows a lot about how to take meat apart. Just call the movie Heel.
Oh.
Heel 34. The Bobby Hill at 34.
All right.
That. And now something that all three of us lived through and probably have our own little
survived,
memories
brother.
of.
We all survived.
We all survived the Millennium 2000.
Y2K.
Yeah, baby.
Man.
I make my own lard, Hank. This is where he meets Chappie.
Yes.
Is that a dig, Hank? He's like, I render my own lard. Let the grid go down, Lord. I don't care. And it's just like, Hank's like, Jesus.
Now
there's
did,
no Mrs. Chappie, is there? He's because he's a nut job.
Nailed it right off front. Now, did any of y'all's family members freak out during Y2K?
No, we were in backwoods Tennessee. Nobody believed in that shit.
We
Jesus was on our side.
Got it.
We
Jesus was
had
protecting y'all.
just upgraded to Windows 98.
Okay.
That's about it.
Yeah, we didn't do shit New Year's Eve
like,
fucking 99.
But we didn't really use the computer a lot. Like, I
Yeah.
still had a Super Nintendo I'm fucking around with. Let's see, I would have been 10, 11. Would have been turning 11. So, nah, man, not much was going on.
See, that's one of those situations where I can really go, especially for both of y'all's parties. Ignorance is bliss is on your side with that one, man. My grandmother was extremely in tune with the news and all
the
of that
end
stuff.
times was coming.
Oh,
that,
my
it's
God.
an election year.
See, it wouldn't even matter that we had our own computer. She wasn't even worried about our personal computers.
The goddamn
She was-
Olympics was terrible.
she was looking at the thing of the computers that control the fucking missiles can restart, and all of a sudden the beast, the beast will unleash all the jets.
We're all gonna die.
Which is essentially what the King of the Hill episode wound up.
Dale's like, I love Dale because at the beginning Hank's like, oh, this shit's made for fucking Dale, this fucking nut job.
He's gonna be in
and
his
he's like,
element.
I just got back from the Army Navy store and got this badass. Or Hank's like, what'd you do? Buy a tank? He's like, no, I got an American flag decal.
Yep.
And he's like, you're not worried about that? He's like, worried? Ain't nothing to worry about. And he's like, really? The paranoid guy's calm?
Yeah.
And no, he's been secretly hoarding for this.
Yeah.
He's been ready.
You see his bunker. You see.
Well, you go ahead.
I was going to say that in previous episodes, you kind of see his basement.
He's a prepper.
Yeah, you see that he's a prepper anyway.
Yeah, but this one you see what he's prepping: 2 55-gallon drums of pressurized Mountain Dew, 26 or 27 cartons of cigarettes,
a hamster, and a gerbil.
And he's like, "Honey, that's a hamster and a gerbil."
Oh yeah.
And you can't mate those. He's like, "We'll see who's talking when you're begging for Jerpster."
I love that.
He's got 23 cases of breakfast bars, 23 breakfast bars strawberry, 23 breakfast bars cases of breakfast, sorted, and he's just been hoarding. And there's nothing wrong with like being prepared. Like
Yeah.
I will say if anybody's listening to this who doesn't, just the National Weather Service and OSHA and like all these other people tell you, hold on to a week's worth of food.
Yeah.
A week.
Yeah.
Just for you. It's always good to have a week's worth just in case. Even if you eat out a lot, just have a week's worth of food.
Yeah, exactly.
That way you don't fucking lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Especially now with all this
Yeah.
shit. And there will be a fucking second phase. Trust me, and that's going to be fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
No, it's like I always have like emergency chicken breasts, frozen chicken breasts in the freezer. It's like I hadn't touched them in years, but it's one of those where it's like if shit truly went down,
and not even
I've got a couple pounds of at least chicken to eat.
I got a half a cow.
Yeah.
I have half a cow sitting on.
Well, there you go.
I got more shit sitting around. Canned food's always good to keep around. Dry food, rice, cereal. Cereal's like the cheapest fucking thing you can buy, especially if you buy the cheap bag shit.
Yeah.
The cheap shit. Cheap shit.
The cereal that couldn't even get its own box and was relegated to the bottom of the shelf
Instead
in
of
a bag.
Instead of Captain Crunch, like Admiral Chomp or some shit.
Admiral Chomp.
Instead of Tricks, it's actually spelled Tricks, like trick or treat. It's like a whore on the cover. Like, Tricks are for whores. Tricks are for whores and John's kids.
Well, we said on this episode enough. Essentially, the big wrap up on that was Peggy wanted a computer. Hank was going to get her one.
But he buys her a fucking clock.
Buys her a fucking grandfather clock because he got all scared
And
about
this is a toilet
doomsday
paper
shit.
episode.
Yes.
This is where they hoard toilet paper.
Yes. They
fucking idiots.
Why? I've never understood that. Same thing when all this COVID shit went down. Why were people hoarding toilet paper of all things?
Hoarding guns and bullets to rob the people with the toilet paper. Give me your toilet paper.
I throw rolls at people that try to break in your house.
But I'm sitting
I
here
think
going,
it-
I'm like,
I-
of all things to hoard, get water.
Yeah. When the end days do come, I'm just gonna be happy I'll be able to rob my neighbors.
You know exactly what they have. 2 pallets of hand sanitizer and 50 rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he fucking fucks with Hank too. He's like, I know you got 3 tanks of propane. And it's just like, you motherfucker, I'll kill you. But I love at the end of the episode, he tells, she's like, you got me a system? Yep, it'll be here tomorrow.
Yep.
It's a blueberry one. Because it was Apple.
Yeah.
The Apple computers were big, the clear ones.
Yep.
The Technicolor
With like
ones.
the translucent blue
Yeah,
and all
green,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next up after that was Old Glory.
Bill takes Fort Blanda's flag and puts it on a 90-foot pole, and it's fucking massive. It's about as big as the Gander Mountain flag. It should be the relative size of the Gander Mountain flag over on
About as
77.
big as the pickup truck flatbed. No, wait, it's bigger than that.
No, it's bigger than that because remember they try to fit in the fact of the truck and it just fucks it up.
And it took there was a son of a bitch to even fold up for him and everything too.
Yeah,
Well, I like the line at the very beginning. Bill was like, "Sir, I was married under that flag. This, that, and the other. I would like to keep that flag." He's like, "Do you have a regulatory pole to put that thing on?" He goes, "I've got a whatever foot pole in front
yeah,
of
he's
my
like, I
yard."
will put one in.
Yeah.
This is Heather Locklear's episode. This is where she plays the other substitute teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Locklear.
careful with the phone near the cords, real quick.
Sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, so I did really. I like this one, though it can be a little bit forgettable. The B plot again takes over with Peggy and Bobby's essay.
Yeah, because he's stealing essays from her little quips or whatever.
Yeah,
book.
because she's not getting her segments in the paper anymore. Instead, she's buying ad space
Yeah.
to put her columns in.
Yeah.
Oh, here, Peggy. Let me ask you something. Clark Peters, you know Clark Peters, wrote a Summer of Sewing essay. Yeah, that's bullshit. She calls her out on it. And then Bobby does the one thing politicians do best. America.
Yes.
I love America. And It's so good. There was fireworks and all this shit.
Poppy's like super patriotic, but
He's
he's like,
just because hey dude, he's doing it on the fly. And that's how Bobby is, quick on the trigger.
Oh yeah.
he'd be a good preacher.
I got told that once. I was like,
Yeah,
really?
they're actually
Really?
fun note. You were not the first person to think of that. On one of the episodes that never aired in the original run, they only got aired on the syndication run on Adult Swim. Bobby actually was a youth pastor
That's hilarious.
for a little
Where
bit.
he was doing magic?
I think so. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Amazing Jesus. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
I
the
remember
epi-
this.
No, that's the episode where Peggy does the magic trick.
No, I remember the Amazing Jesus.
Yeah,
though.
that's the same episode. Hank wants to know what that magic trick was because he takes.
Okay, no, there was another one then. It was with the clean widescreen animation.
Okay, I have to look into that. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I think that's in the very last season because there
Wait,
was like 2 or 3
hold up.
episodes that didn't get aired during the
Kind of
initial
like
run.
Deconstructing Khan and the original finale. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the original finale aired, then they aired another episode.
Yeah.
which is
And
Khan,
this was another-
Khan having fucking a mental disorder.
Yeah, this was 1 or 2. This was included in like those 2 or 3 that didn't get originally aired or aired out of sync. This was one of them.
I'm sitting there going like, did Alex just stump Chris Morrison on King of the Hill knowledge?
I bet if I watch it, I'll be like, first of all,
No, this doesn't count because we've already said before that those last few seasons get a little rough.
Right.
But yeah, so after that one, Rodeo Days.
oh yeah, this is where
Yes.
Bobby wants to be a buck bunny. No, it turns out
What
he
are you
becomes
talking about?
he becomes a rodeo clown, and that's when Peggy has a mental breakdown. She's like, "My cousin wasn't a cowboy; he was a clown, a filthy, dirty rodeo clown."
I know it. Like she and Hank kind of have to like wrap their head around it.
Yeah, and
I'd say the main takeaway on this episode is just the message of acceptance.
yeah, but he saves Joseph's ass.
Yep.
Joseph about got fucked up, and
Then you find out how fucked up rodeo clowns are.
yeah, how fucked up they are, and how much Dale is fucked up.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Kill it, boy! Slit its throat!" And he's like, "Dale, they don't kill the calves." He's like, he sits down like, "Oh, Nancy, we got to stop and get something to eat."
We got to stop
I
and
didn't lay
get
nothing
dinner.
out for dinner.
I thought this was bullfighting.
Yeah, so again, not much happens on that one. That's just more or less, again, what you were saying, Pobby, wow. Hank and Peggy having to come to terms with how odd and not quite right that boy is.
Yeah, just another one of those.
He steals Bill's underwear.
Yeah. I know that underwear.
That's my underwear.
That's my underwear.
Even those clowns are like they stopped making those things in 1984.
Where'd you get those? And then, again, highlight of the season, the 2-parter.
High anxiety,
Well, Hanky Panky.
and then high anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know which one we're talking about here? Cap?
This is the murder of Debbie Grun,
Oh yeah.
played by the Oscar winner Reese Witherspoon. I might add.
I have
Absolutely.
to say, probably my favorite thing of doing these episodes is Cap's reaction to every time when he knows what episode we're talking about, because he'll sit here thinking, and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this isn't a negative.
Oh, I
I'm not
know,
making
I
fun of
know,
you,
I know.
but you'll sit here thinking. He's like, and then as soon as one thing clicks, he will get like the happiest look on his face, like, oh yeah, I remember that.
I'm in the conversation now.
I love it.
Well, this is when you meet Miss Liz,
Yes.
played by what's her name? Oh man, she's got a beautiful voice. Kathleen Turner. She got that.
She does, doesn't
She got that
she?
sultry like call girl fucking
Right?
voice. She looks like she do phone sex operator.
Yeah, so Hanky Panky and High Anxiety basically follows this long 2-parter.
Of Hank in a paranoid fugue state.
Yes. And it was
he's like, I don't know what to do.
and it
Where
was
he tries
extremely
drugs.
It was extremely well done. Episode 1 kind of felt disjointed and nonsensical a bit until you watch episode 2 and realize, oh, they just showed you a whole bunch of clues and a lot of
Yeah,
segments for
they
you to
start
have to put
piecing it
together.
and everything too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they make Miss Liz ends up, or Hank ends up getting Sugarfoots because
Yes.
Strickland is divorcing his wife. They both divorced, and Miss Liz is about to take over, and he's like, "Here, now you own Sugarfoots," and that's where Peggy takes over and fucks it up.
Peggy Sugarfoots.
Yeah, fucks it up. Takes
Royally.
a perfectly good restaurant and fucks it up.
Yep.
And then basically Hank becomes the new Debbie.
Yep.
For Miss Liz, which is hilarious. Even Joe Jack says that. He's like, I'll kick your ass. I love that. And Debbie, you're on tank wipe.
What?
And he goes and visits Strickland, who's living at Debbie's house with the roommate.
The old stoner boy.
Oh, yeah.
I
I can't think of his name.
Gale.
Gale, yes.
Now, you know who plays Gale?
Who?
The guy that plays Michael Bolton in Office Space.
No shit.
David Herman.
Oh, shit. Okay,
Matt,
cool.
Matt TV alum.
Damn, all right.
He's
Was
in
he on
that-
Mad TV?
Yeah, he was there with Phil Lamar.
I don't remember that.
He was on there for a while.
Huh. Anyway.
Anyway, Matt TV has Fox pulled a lot of motherfuckers from Matt TV to do fucking voiceovers. Like they're in The Simpsons a lot too. But no, man, it's pretty funny that Gale's in there and he's like, "Oh man, I lost my Weevil." Remember he's trying to get an RC car collection.
Yes.
And he's got the little tire with that where you put all the little cars in. I don't know if y'all had that as a kid or not.
Oh, yeah, I did.
I did.
It's a giant little like a Star Wars case almost. You open it up.
Oh, yeah,
and all
yeah,
the
yeah,
little
yeah.
cars are in it. It's pretty neat. But no, he's just trying to fill out that fucking collection. And fucking Strickland's over here. Gale, did you eat all my pecan sandies? My pecan sandies? You fucking prick.
Yeah, and like Cap said, and the other thing too is now that Hank is basically running Strickland because Peggy's running Sugarfoots, Hank's running Strickland, and Debbie starts coming on to Hank. She's like, "No, I was fucking my boss.
You're my boss
now,
now,
Hank."
So I got to keep up the tradition.
Well, she
and-
does. Miss Liz does the one thing that Strickland's never done.
Yeah.
Made Hank in charge.
Yep.
Put Hank in charge as manager.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Which is hilarious. Because what was it she wants to say? We're going to make soup.
But Debbie's,
Gross.
but Debbie's just like, "You're my boss. This is my thing. This
Yeah.
is what I do. I'm Debbie Grunt."
Yeah,
And no one rejects Debbie Grun.
Well, I just did.
and she disappears off into the night and
you-
she dies in a dumpster.
Yeah, she dies right at the end of the episode.
Yep.
You hear the gunshot and Peggy finds her.
Yep.
Debbie!
In the dumpster at Sugarfoots.
The dumpster at Peggy Sugarfoots.
So the episode 2 was just basically a big old whoodunit because they're trying to figure out.
It's like a Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so many people in episode 1 now had alibis. They set it up really well. I mean, no, without alibis, rather.
Well, Buck tries to. He's like, "Hank, let's take a ride."
Yeah.
In your truck.
He tries
plants
setting
he
them
plants
up.
a shotgun shell, takes a ripped off Hank patch. Is wearing a wire.
Yeah.
A shitty one.
Yeah.
But he's wearing a wire. He's like, "So you did kill Debbie Grun. I won't blame you, old top." He's like, I did not have sexual relations
Yeah.
with Debbie." And the dude, the black guy from Walker, Texas Ranger shows up.
Yeah. he was the main cop.
Yeah, he was another cop.
What was the what was his name? I don't remember what his name was, or like my grandmother used to watch it, but none of it stuck with me.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to go back and watch. That wasn't a big show of mine.
Right.
That was a good episode.
But
though.
it's hilarious because Hank smokes dope
Yep.
with Gale. He's like, "There's something wrong with your cigarette here, bud. You got a lighter?" He's like, "Yeah, over there." And he starts smoking. He's like, "Yo, man, I didn't know you like to party." He's like, "Party?"
What? Whoa!
Yo, man.
This is a marijuana cigarette.
I like there's a little Easter egg in that. He goes and talks to the school counselor. He's like, "My son will be coming to Arlen High soon, and I want to tell him about drugs." And it's this weird manly dude with a handlebar mustache, bald, built. In the background, there's a Friends poster that says "Don't do drugs." I thought that is the most 90s fucking thing.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, I'm just like, it's a Friends poster in the
It says
background.
"Don't do drugs."
It's all poorly drawn and shit.
I love even like real life or like live action like series like that are like really dated. It's fun to find little things like that. You
Well,
rewatch
so you still see a Bart Simpson up in Bobby's room.
Yeah, Bart Simpson's up there, and then you like later on, I think Joseph and Bobby are like playing with toys or something. He's like, "I'll trade you my Ross for your Chandler."
Yeah.
They got action figures of Friends.
Well, actually, I think that was. That was in. No, that was later on. That's when he goes to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one after that was Naked Ambition.
Yep. I remember that one. That's the.
I remember that one too. Yeah, that was a good episode, wasn't it?
Come on, guys. I don't. Yeah.
Here, I'll give you a clue. Hank goes to see John Redcorn about a dream he had about Nancy. He's grilling naked with Nancy.
Oh.
And
And John Redcorn's response was, You had a dream about my nan?
But it kicks it off because Bobby accidentally sees Luann naked.
Yeah. Oh, damn, I'm thinking of another episode. Damn it.
I was gonna say I remember that. So I remember the Luann part.
Damn,
I don't like this episode. This episode is fucking creepy.
Yeah, this one was a weird
Oh yeah,
one.
because like Joseph's like, what did it look like? What? Oh yeah, because
He
they're
keeps
like-
trying. He keeps trying to see Luann naked, and then in
And
the
then they're
end,
trying to talk Bobby into, or Joseph's trying to talk Bobby into peep on Connie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bobby gets naked for Connie, like takes his shirt off.
Yeah.
She's like, I like that. Like she says, like, you're puffy.
She's like,
The
okay.
the B line in this was better. Do you remember the B plot? Because they're at the river.
Oh, this is where Boomhauer ends up in the insane asylum
Yep.
with Dale and Bill.
Yep.
This is where Bill says. This is where Bill says something really fucked up. He's like, I think I'm gonna stay. Come on, Bill. He's like, no, I'm here. I've been told I need to be validated more, and it's just like, goddamn, fine, stay.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. He gets mental treatment, which is something Bill fucking needs.
Yes.
Because he's highly depressive and has low self-esteem.
What does the warden tell everybody as they're leaving? Or like somebody went in.
So he's like, so your mandatory time's over. Talking to Boomhauer.
You're right.
Keep taking the drugs, Dale. Bill, you volunteered yourself, so you can leave anytime.
That's what it was.
And Hank's just like, at some point, Dale's like, somebody call Hank.
After that was moving on up.
That's
That's when Luann finally moves on out.
oh yeah, she gets called a Nazi.
Yeah.
Her shitty fucking roommates
Yes.
are there, and I fucking hate her roommates.
Oh my God.
You're under the assumption, though, hold on, that there's a theory that Cotton killed one of her roommates because remember the old man that lived there? Pops.
Oh yeah, at the very
old man-
end of the
old man Pops.
episode.
He's like, Bill, Pops had a swimming pool this whole time and you didn't know? He's your neighbor, for Christ's sake. He's like, well, I don't look at someone's backyard. It's like, motherfucker, you hang out in the backyard. Those motherfuckers all the time getting drunk in the alley.
You couldn't hear them splashing around?
Yeah.
But yeah, Luann's roommates were like being really fucking stingy with rent and like just running
Yep.
bills up and shit
She's
like that.
So, no, Uncle Hank, I paid my share. I paid mine, motherfucker. By that time, she's got her hair back too, which is cool. But no, that pool comes in handy later on. But dude, she treats that pool like Hank treats his yard.
Yep.
She's found her yard.
That's what Hank says. It's like, what do you do to? Or Luann asks, what do you do to maintain peace while you're on your own? And Hank just says, find your yard.
Yeah, find your yard. And she's like, and they have that cool moment. It's almost like a father-daughter moment. They have
a beer together, right?
Yeah, she has a cooler on a rope at the bottom of the pool to keep them cold. And it's just like, that is so redneck as
So
fuck.
Luann.
And she was doing stuff like turning off the power because roommates
Oh yeah,
weren't
she paid.
doing
Like she said, she paid her share.
Yep.
I paid my share.
After that was Bill of Sales, and this is when Peggy gets wrapped into that pyramid scheme and
Yeah, health
making
bars.
Bill work for her.
And she lures him. She
It's like door-to-door sales, right, or something like that.
It was like Nutrisystem,
Oh, okay, yeah,
Nutriboom, or some shit. It's just like Nutrisystem. It's a cult.
right.
I
remember
or like
that.
Amway or something like that. It's still going. Fuck.
I just remember my folks having like the Nutrisystem shit, like when it was becoming a
Yeah.
thing, starting off.
No, it was a pyramid scheme from hell.
Yep.
He'd sell it to the army guys, and to the point where he risked his health. Like he started getting fucked up. Like his feet were fucked up all the time.
It's because Bill will blindly do anything for Peggy.
Yeah.
Or Hank, just about.
Yeah, because
He's loyal to a fault.
Yeah. Peggy gets to like the diamond platinum level. Even her distributor's like, who the fuck is selling this for you?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll never tell, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And
And,
it's just like-
I love how transparent in that episode too. It was like, sign me up
They
for
go to
yada yada more cases. We're going to Dallas, and she's like, oh, and she runs over to her, that other guy. Sign me up for so and so. We're going to Dallas.
Yeah. And they go to Dallas, and that's when they get out of it
Yeah,
somehow.
I know, right? They totally did not delve into that further than they should
No,
have.
somehow they got out of a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that was, won't you pee me be my, won't you pame my neighbor?
It's the
Pame
Buddhist.
neighbor.
It's
There
the
we go.
Buddhists
Yes.
looking for the next llama.
Now,
trying to-
what's your theory on that one? Do you think Bobby really is the chosen one? Because he did technically pick the right item in the end.
Yes, in the King of the Hill universe, Bobby Hill is the llama to 30 million plus Buddhists. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
crazy. And that'll be great to explore in the movie Hill 34.
Well,
Where he retires at a Buddhist temple with Connie and gets
Oh my God!
and just,
yes.
just sipping tea and telling jokes.
He shows up and he goes,
I'm Sunglug.
I know I picked the right item.
somewhere Hank's just like, well, I always said my boy was special.
Yep. Y'all want to hear something? Here's something that's actually kind of fucked up if y'all didn't know. After this Dalai Lama, there will be no other one.
Really?
Because-
Bobby is the last.
No, I'm talking about in real life.
Oh, in real life, yeah.
No, because China kidnapped the new one.
I didn't know that. I don't know the
So,
backstory on all this.
so this is not how they pick a Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
In real life, it's a child.
Right.
A Dalai Lama is seen as a child and trained in the Buddhist ways and becomes the Dalai Lama. After the Dalai Lama dies, well, when the new Dalai Lama was picked this last time I go around, they found the child that's going to be the next Dalai Lama for our era.
Yeah.
And China took him.
Damn.
So China is asshole. so
well, they try to hook. Well, the whole point of it is trying to hook Connie up with the new Dalai Lama, right?
no, it kind of reverse backfires.
Yeah.
Because the Dalai Lama can't have sex or can't be with a woman, and he can't be with Connie because he'd be the new Lama.
yeah.
Right.
And he uses his powers, his powers,
Yeah, quote unquote.
his de-escalation powers, to stop fights at the school and help Bill and Boomhauer, or Bill and Dale get out of a finger
Yeah.
trap. He's like, "You are apart, but you must come together," and that's how Chinese finger trap
Yeah, I
works.
know.
Oh, it's so fucking stupid. Whoa. And remember what the first item he picked up was?
The cane.
The cane. 'Cause
Yeah.
he thought he was a Charlie Chaplin joke.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're like, "Bobby, what are you doing?" And then they start bowing.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit. And then he picks, I love
The
this-
mirror.
The mirror, but he didn't pick the mirror.
He
He picked Connie. Because Connie's reflection's in the mirror. And it's just like, I see you wiping your eye. I know there's a tear.
Totally.
Totally. Allergies were inside.
It's North Carolina allergies. It comes inside.
You know, that's called, you mean racism. That's racism. North Carolina allergies is called racism.
Stay away.
I smell Bojangles on the wind.
Pimento cheese.
Pimento cheese sandwiches, baby. But no, but it's a really good episode because he rejects it, and they said, "Hey, that was so and so's mirror."
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, what are you gonna do?" You know, which is cool. Even though I love Peggy though, she's behind that one lady. My kid's an honor student at Tom Landry Middle School, and she was just like, "Well, my kid is a deity to a billion Asians." You psycho bitch.
If there's any chance Peggy has to rub something in somebody's face, she'll do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking bitch.
Another good Bill episode. Hank's Bad Hair Day.
He cuts Hank's hair,
Yeah.
and he gets a bill from the government,
How much was it?
$900 or something.
Yes.
Because you remember when the army trains somebody to do something and a civilian uses it, it's expensive. Not everybody would be worth it, but it's expensive.
Well, because
Let that be known when you buy something military grade.
Right.
because Hank's barber was forced to retire. He was doing shit job anyway, and the Strickland Christmas card was coming up in the middle of summer.
I'm surprised you didn't get Luann into it, because Luann cut his hair perfectly.
I think in the episode that was brought through at one point.
I think so. Or like this is when Luann's still going to school, right?
No,
Going to
she had
college.
quit.
She's going to
Cool,
college.
that's right.
That's probably why she didn't cut his hair, but
Yeah.
she cut his hair perfect the first time.
I know,
then-
yeah.
And he goes to one of them like Great Clips places, or like one of them.
Yeah, he just kind of like walks in and walks out.
Yeah.
he walk, and,
Nope.
and his hair's starting to get like feathered a little bit in the back.
Yeah.
Start getting a weird look. It's hilarious. But no, they used to.
But Bill just keeps going at him. He's like, Hank, let me cut your hair.
Look, I know how you get the shape where you like the corner right there to match with your ears, and like it's the most nerdy fucking haircut almost. You know, that's
Right.
It's a high and tight. That's what Hank has, a high and tight with a little bit on top.
Well, plus he was like, well, I've got the curl in my crown and, the
But no,
weird bump and
he
shit.
cuts it. Hank gets a bill for it. Hank reports the bill, gets more money. He gets a check in the mail because he was a watchdog on government spending.
Yeah.
And they fired Bill. That's what happened.
Yeah.
They use the money to buy. They use that money to buy the chair back, his barber chair back. That was like a military auction.
Yeah.
And they give it back to the base. I look at it as like, hey guys, can you like throw some money together for Bill, the guy who's been fucking cutting our hair for years?
Yeah.
General.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make a pretty good fucking salary. Why don't you just take that fucking chair?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And they put it in the back room behind an arcade.
Yeah. And
Operation Scissor Clip.
And doesn't like Hank go to get a haircut from him at the end, or?
Yeah, well, he said his hair's already cut by then.
Oh, okay, that's
why
right.
he got the bill.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't he like go to like Bill and just say, hey, does he like kind of like do him a solid?
Yeah, he does him a solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of getting the chair was to do him a solid.
Oh, okay, that was all Hank. Gotcha.
Yeah. After that, we're the propaniacs on the floor.
Fucking assembly, singing, dancing.
Yep. It's an improv group based on propane.
Yeah, improv group on propane.
Yeah, I like this one because they were very smart with. Somehow, I don't know, 100%. Well,
Dale
I know how. That's what I was gonna say. Dale gets wrapped into it.
Yeah, Dale's on keyboard. Luann,
I love that.
Luann and Joe Jack are in the background.
Yep.
And it's Hank and Bobby.
Yep.
But
Primarily Bobby.
Yeah, it's primarily Bobby. But you got to remember, it's Dale Gribble and the Dale Gribble Experience always.
Yes.
He's like playing the music and he's doing this number.
Gas cop.
But he's like doing this. It's like dun 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 dun. He's playing Flashdance.
Yeah.
But he's just like pointing, one ting 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 ting. To make it look like
Mikey playing Funky Town.
Yeah. Fuck it down. But no, Hank is generally fucking.
He loves it.
Humorous about it. Like,
Yes.
He fucking loves this
Yes.
shit. It's great.
It's cute. It's comedy for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yep.
and the main hook crux of that one was Joe Jack winds up getting stage fright.
Yeah, he freaks out because he has to put a diaper on the
Yeah.
Texas propane commissioner.
I forgot y'all brought up Hank loving the hell out of it. Not only does he think it's funny, he thinks it's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, this is his Richard Pryor.
Yep. It's like, Bobby's not only funny, he's gut busting.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about too because he's learned everything from Hank.
Right.
Yep, it's a good episode because they go back and do it again. Like even though they stop it, it's something they have, you know.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Doesn't
But
Hank
then they find out the propane commissioner actually does
Does
wear diapers.
He wears an adult diaper.
Yeah.
Yep. It was Hank that was playing that lead, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he was a yeah.
Yeah, because he
Joe
joins
Jack.
the troop at the end and is responsible for that, isn't he?
Yeah, but what really ruins is Joe Jack comes out there in a diaper and it falls off of him.
Yeah.
And he's not wearing anything underneath.
Baby made a bad thing. Baby did a bad thing. That's what it was. Yeah, and the gas cop, what you gonna
Yeah.
do? What you gonna do when he comes for you?
It is like a weird you.
I know.
It's the Dale Gribble experience.
Yeah.
Dale Gribble and the Dale Gribble experience.
It's
Get
his-
it right, motherfucker.
It's his show, goddammit.
She's only 12 years old.
After that, Nancy's Boys. Nancy breaks it off with John Redcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And tries to fall in love with Dale again.
This is where Dale makes a weird comment. He's like, I'll go by my room now.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Why
wake
don't
me
you
up.
come in here with me? What?
This is when they go out and get drunk together on a double dater.
Yeah.
And then Dale.
Well,
and-
he still flirts with Nancy like the first time he met
Yeah.
her.
Right.
Like he always does that. And that's a strong relationship, you know.
Yeah.
He still treats her as like the best thing he's ever seen.
Yeah.
Which granted probably fucking is. Like
For someone like Dale, that is
Yeah,
absolutely.
But he treats her like that too.
Oh,
He treats
yeah.
her like first week of marriage. Like it's just great, constantly. Great.
Oh, yeah.
And she's guilty a little bit for cheating on him constantly, but she sees
yeah,
it.
she still kind of
But
like,
she's-
falls for him a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. She goes back to how she felt when she got with him.
Yeah, they have drunk sex. And
then John Redcorn goes to the fucking bed. Comes through
Yeah.
the fucking window. He's like, "What the hell?"
And Dale's just like, "Hey, John Redcorn, are you here to give my old
No, he
late
cracks
night
that
massage?"
he cracks that motherfucker in the back of the head with a lamp.
Yeah, and then
okay.
apologizes to him.
I'm sorry, Red Man. Then there's a B story of this. He helps John Redcorn get his land back.
Yes.
He uses the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA. That's how he says it. Have you tried the Freedom of Information Act, also known as FOIA? It's so funny the way he says it. And like, he's blasting fucking Bad Company, of course. He's blasting Bad Company, and it's like, can't get enough of your love. And he's just like reading all this government documentation about reservations and land treaties. And he's like, taking a highlighter, drinking a beer, and listening to fucking back. And he's like, all right. In his trailer, just fucking going through paperwork about how fucked up Texas is.
And he gets like, what, 5 acres of land or something like that of unincorporated Ireland?
Yeah, he gets 10 acres, 8 acres on one side, 2 acres on the other side. Which doesn't make any goddamn sense.
It's so fucked up. Oh my God. Yeah, so after that one, let's see. Flush with Power. This is the low flow toilets
This
episode.
is the Mr. Smith Goes to Washington episode.
Yes.
Hey, Joyce, the fucking... So there's 2 things. There's a couple things you learn from this, that Connie is... Or Con.
Yeah, Con Jr.
Con.
Oh, Con.
Is a fucking asshole again.
I was gonna say, again?
Because he's bribing... Remember, they're in a drought, and a Texas drought is kind of bad.
Right.
He's bribing the water guy to mark his meter down as low.
Yeah.
But paid him like an extra hundo on top, so he can spray his fucking water or his grass with water and shit to make it look better than Hank's.
Yep.
Hank's fucking lawn is dying.
Oh yeah, and that's when Bobby makes the deal with Con, talking about baths.
Yeah, I won't tell nobody if you let me take a bath in your house and I can use the front door.
Yep.
Which is kind of fucking. He's like, fine, little fat hillbilly. But then what's kind of fucked up is they get a low flow toilet.
Yeah.
And they are just destroying that motherfucker.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because they have to use like two or three.
And I remember when they
like,
started implementing those, and they sucked.
Because they started putting the blame on Peggy for like the...
Yeah, because she's like 6 flushes.
Yeah.
In a low flow, which granted is probably 2. But like it's like 3 flushes for a regular flush, man, and it's still wasting. You're actually wasting more water. Mm-hmm. And it's just, god damn, dude, that'd be fucking infuriating.
Yeah, you notice how you don't see those anymore. You don't see low flows
The fucked up
much.
part about this was the head councilman is the one who owned them.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Hank.
So Hank becomes like a board member, right?
Yeah, he becomes a board member and pulls a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
What was the board member's name?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, the title I can't remember. But yeah, he.
I remember.
What is it?
Holloway.
No, it's Holloway Hollows. You mean the Boston guy?
No, because remember Bobby sees it.
Yeah, it's tagged
when he
bottom.
slips.
Holloway is the name of the Boston guy.
Yeah. I thought I can hear him do it. Like he sees it and he looks at it, he like squints at it.
You came at me with a weapon with no bullets in it.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, I thought I had it. I thought I had it, man.
I thought I had
I'm sitting here just watching it.
No, that's a great question though.
I know.
That's a solid
Shit.
fucking question.
Oh god
Oh
damn
man,
it.
they outstumped each other.
I know. I thought I had it.
This is hilarious.
Oh god damn it. Oh well. I guess we'll never know.
Maybe we will.
It's Nate. It's Nate something.
It's gonna be one of those deals where like it'll come up at the end of the episode or something
Nate
like that.
Hashaway.
Nate Hashaway. Okay.
Holloway was the name of the bathroom boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I said it was
Yo,
close.
LBJ killed out Kennedy.
I was close, damn it. But no, that was a
Don't
good
worry, I
one.
do that to Ken all the time. He kind of like asks a halfway asked question. I'm just like, you come to my house.
How dare you?
I thought I knew it. Lesson learned. Lesson
he takes-
learned.
he-
Never question the master.
He makes Peggy clog the fucking toilet
Yes.
with her shit, and it fucks it up for everybody. That's Phil Lamar episode
6
too.
flush Peggy.
Ah, yes. After that one was the Transitional Amusements presents Peggy's Magic Feet.
Show me-
Magic Sex Feet.
Show me your feet, bitch.
Yes.
Hey Peggy,
I
how
love
about
this
in this episode we're going to have you step in raw chicken eggs?
Yeah.
And we'll throw feathers on them.
Yeah, she winds up getting scouted out, and originally she's
Fetished
told.
out.
Well, she was originally told it was just like foot modeling. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be
Yeah.
empowering to
quote
women.
unquote foot
And it all started
modeling.
because they went to the bowling alley and she didn't know.
Yeah, she didn't
Yeah.
want to get. She didn't want to tell anybody what size shoes she wore.
And they kind of stole this from fucking Simpsons because Marge has big feet.
Oh, really? This is
the
the
running
Simpsons
joke
episode.
That's a running joke in The Simpsons.
Got it.
She wears a large size for women.
There was that South Park episode too, where it's like
Simpsons
did it.
it. Or before that was the Honeymooners dinner. Did
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Now, and I like this one because it had a few different layers to it. It's not necessarily a favorite, but I think it's got one of the best Bobby quotes in
yeah?
that episode. You remember
yeah.
what he says to Peggy near the end? So Peggy's all distraught. She's found out because Bill finds a website that's got Peggy's feet on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Best day of his life.
Absolutely. And so at that point, Hank tells her, what's up. She gets all distraught. So she's basically beating herself up.
Is this a quote where he says, "I'm fat,
Yeah,
but I'm funny"?
I love that part.
I'm fat. I got a girlfriend.
And because he walks in, he's like, in so many words, he's like, "What's eating your mama?" You know, in so many, and she's like, "Oh, all this shit was just a lie," you know, blah 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 and blah. He goes, yeah. He goes, "Well, you know what? I'm fat,
but I'm funny.
Whatever. Yep, I'm funny.
Whatever.
I got a girlfriend. And I'm about to go outside and shoot this girl with a water gun. What are you gonna do?"
You fucking pussy.
I know. I love that.
You know, they
I'm
wanted
just
to give him some more to say.
yes.
You know that the writers probably want to get him more to say. He's like, "I'll probably, become a sniper and become the next Dalai Lama and retire with my orchestra violinist girlfriend
And be a successful comic.
and be a successful comic."
What are you gonna do?
What the fuck are you going to do? Sit here and bitch and pretend to learn Spanish?
Or what else are you gonna do?
34.
Go and blame Randy Travis for stealing your songs like in the next episode?
Yay!
Oh, shit, we're there
Randy
already?
Travis is an asshole.
This is the season
3
finale.
wooden crosses up his ass. You got to?
Yes.
Woo!
That's because they do not. So
Yeah,
Peggy's fanfare.
it's Randy Travis song.
Oh, okay, got it.
No, it was,
So she
Vince
wants.
Gill takes a bunch of people from Harlan.
Yep. So many cameos in this.
Oh my god.
This is one of those church trips, right?
Yeah, this is a
Yes.
church trip to Nashville
And Peggy tries to sell a song, or she sends off a song to Randy Travis.
about her big feet in
Yes.
life.
And
About
they
being
send
from
back
Montana.
one of those, copy paste messages of thanks, no thanks, yada yada yada.
Stamp signatures.
Yeah. So they decide to still go out to the country music festival, and Randy Travis is playing her song she wrote, and she loses her goddamn mind.
Oh yeah.
read my letter. He told me I was a songwriter.
Oh yeah. He told you all right.
which leads to one of the few times, and you brought this up because we were watching this actually at the house a few weeks ago. One of the few times Hank does not immediately stick up for Peggy.
He's very skeptical because of the way she acts.
Yeah,
And also,
because usually he is right on it.
Well,
with
he brings up a lot of shit about this, which is valid. He's like, it's like your apple, it's your spaghetti and meatballs. What do you do differently?
Yeah.
It's just spaghetti sauce, noodles, and meatballs.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
You say stuff like, "Oh, well, I say no." Everyone says that. It's a euphemism, you dumb bitch. One day you're going to be in Mexico and have to bail your ass out.
yeah, really, he did have that tone where it's just like, you've gone over the line so many times, it's going to fucking like get you in trouble, and I'm going to be the one that has to get you out.
And this is the one time she was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just caught her slipping, that's all.
But yeah,
Well, we also had like the Randy Travis blinders on, Randy
yeah,
Travis fan blinders.
yeah.
Can we name all the special guest stars in this one?
Brooks and Dunn were in it. Winona.
Winona
Yep.
Judd,
Randy Travis.
Clint Black,
Clint Black.
Vince Gill.
Vince Gill. It was Clint Black that introduces him at the end, right?
He's the one talking about his wife about those horses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Alan Jackson's not in it, is
No,
he?
Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels, R.I.P.
Yeah. Martina McBride.
Martina McBride. Independence Day.
Yay.
Yay.
Conquered Angels about the child abuse.
She was fine as hell, though.
No, she was fine as hell watching that kid get her ass kicked. Did nothing.
I'm gonna write a song about
And we're like a song about your ass. We'll begin.
or somebody that wrote it for me.
Another Peggy Hill out there.
Another Peggy Hill.
Prime Dale Gribble, though, Peggy wants to get revenge on Randy Travis by TP in the trailer,
Yeah.
and puts Dale on lookout.
Yeah. Oh my God. Who would do that? Who would?
Who thought that was gonna be a good idea?
Who would want to kill Randy Travis? And he's like slowly backing away.
Looking for a fence.
Yeah, looking for a fence. Like, geet, squirrel tactic.
He's just like bails.
He's looking for that squirrel tactic. Yep. But no, he takes off. Hank saves Randy Travis's life.
Yep.
And Randy Travis, with the balls of this motherfucker, gets on stage and says, "Well, my RV crashed in the pond, lake back here, and
As I was rescuing myself.
as I say,
No, it says like there's this man that was at the bottom and I saved him.
Yeah, as I say, before I saved myself, I saw a fan drowning, So I swam down deep and saved him. I want to bring him on stage right now. And what does Hank say?
You want me to punch him this time?
I'll punch him first.
Yeah.
And then
he's like, no, what's the use?
Charlie Daniels is kind of an asshole in this one too.
Right.
I know he's dead, but damn, he's an asshole. He says, he's like, what are you having, Hoss? I have a, he's like, because he cuts in front of Hank. He can't, and Hank lets him. Hank lets him. He's like, well, thanks, man. What do you want? And what does that imply? That he's going to buy his drink.
Yeah.
Because he's a rich Hall of Fame musician.
Yeah. He's
like,
take
what
care
do
of
you
his
take?
fans, right?
I'll take an Alamo beer. He's like, I hear you, Hoss. 1 Diet Coke and 1 beer. That'll be $4, Hank. It's like, you cheap piece of shit. But no, it's a good episode. I used to not like it as much, but you know, when you start hearing all those country people in there, and
it's like
Brooks and Dunn giving relationship advice is hilarious.
And that many cameos, you know, sometimes like so many cameos can kill the plot of an episode or whatever. But everybody's utilized like really hilariously.
I think it's very well done because of the scenario they're in. They're at a country music festival. That calls for a cameo. It's not like they're in Arlen and all of a sudden all these people descended. It's like no, they went to a music festival I think, where you're going to run into
and they're all
people.
poking fun at each other too.
I think adult animation like this, like The Simpsons and King of the Hill and South Park, are able to bring in that many cameos because half the time you won't know who they are.
Yeah.
This is one of the few times you know who they are.
Because they're playing themselves.
There's only a handful of times where they play themselves, like Danny Don Meredith, Willie Lane from the Cowboys.
Willie Nelson.
Charlie Daniels plays in there twice.
Yeah.
Fucking Vince Gill as Boomhauer's singing voice.
Yep.
But,
moon of Kentucky, keep on shining.
But no, the Dixie Chicks, who are they? 3 whores in Louisiana. Who are Dixie Chicks in real life? 3 whores from the South.
Yeah.
Chris Rock is a driver's ed instructor.
Yeah.
Drew Carey is just a mirrored Hank.
Yeah, like this
Green Day's a bunch of
punk rock
paintball punks.
Yeah, paintball punks. Kane Strederberg.
Yep. God.
There's so many good fucking.
I know. I was
they got Heather Locklear to play a fucking teacher. Who's,
who probably got like 3 lines.
One of the other real life cameos, senator or governor of Texas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ann Richards. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I said Anne Rice.
Yeah,
That vampire bitch.
And Coulter. No.
Hank would just throw a rocker and do that the second time he's ever said, "What a bitch." Because that's what he said about Luann's teacher. Remember?
Yeah.
She's like, you fucked up here, drawing X's all over Hank's head. And she walks away.
Bitch.
What a bitch.
Second time he's ever said that, uttered that word out loud.
Yeah, like he really cusses. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to.
He just says, "I'll kick your ass," and that's about it.
That and God dang it.
Yeah.
he loves his God dang it.
I can't remember. I think we went over Skill Saw Massacre.
Yes.
Yeah, we went over that. Where he goes, "Get your goddamn!" Just yelling at fucking Boomhauer and him. Just get your ass out from under the street.
All right. Well, this has been season 4 of King of the Hill.
Great season. It's definitely my favorite. If not season 3, season 4 is definitely my favorite.
Season 5 has a few gems. Renee Zellweger, Snoop Dogg's are in one episode.
Oh yeah, that's that. Oh, you're gonna like this next season,
Sweet.
Cap. You're gonna like it. Alabasta.
I gotta watch
Alabasta Jones from OKC.
Seriously, you're gonna love that episode with Snoop Dogg as a pimp.
I am the Mac Daddy of Hamlet County. That's what Hank says to a pimp. I'm the Mac Daddy of Hamlet County.
the Mac Daddy.
He's like, fine, you can keep her. What you want for that Jasper brunette? That is my wife.
Oh, you ain't supposed to marry him.
What? That's the stupidest mistake my pimp can make. Marrying one of his hoes. And then I love Dale. Don't turn me out, Hank. I'm no good.
But that's coming up on season 5.
That's your trailer for next.
Yes, because we'll probably run through that exact same thing
For about 30 minutes.
Oh yeah,
It's a great episode though.
I can't wait.
Oh yeah. Well, for this episode of Couch Potatoes, I have been Alex.
Been Cap.
Morrison, man.
Well, dang old, see ya.
Oh, rest in peace, Charlie Daniels.
Yes.
There we go. Excellent.
Get your goddamn violin back.
Rest in peace, Connie Supernewson Pone.
It's only 13 years old.